In this lesson, we are going to answer the question, how can I determine if two expressions are equivalent? We've been working with the distributive property, and that says that anytime, and that's a great way to help find out if two expressions are equivalent. That's one of the ways we're going to focus on, and that says that if I have A multiplied times B plus C, then I can rewrite that as A times B plus A times C. And basically we're saying that these two expressions are equivalent. You can write them either way. So here's some information for a problem. You have two students, Harley and Jerome. They're selling these popcorn tins to raise money to pay for a camp. They have already, when they sell the tins, it's $4 per tin that they raise, and they've already sold 5. So what they want to do is they want to figure out how much money could they earn if they continue to sell. And so they're like, okay, well, if I sell, so Jerome says, you know what, if I sell P more, I do 4 times P, plus I already sold 5, and I know 5 times 4 is 20. So this is what Jerome says would be the expression to figure out how much he's going to sell. But his friend Harley, she said, well, it's really just 4 times P, the number of tins I'm going to sell, plus the 5 I already sold. And that's what Harley says. And then they wonder, wait, well, we have different expressions here. Who's right? And the actual truth is that they're both right. Say we create a table, you could see that both of these would have the same values. So here's the table I've created, and we can substitute each one of these values, or these are the tins sold, or P. So we substitute 1 in for P, and we go here, 1 plus 5 is 6, 6 times 4 is 24. Over here, 1 times 4 is 4, 4 plus 20 is 24. 2, say they sell 2 more, 2 plus 5 is 7, 7 times 4 is 28. Over here, 2 times 4 is 8, 8 plus 20 is 28, and then lastly we'll do 3. We do 3 plus 5 is 8, 8 times 4 is 32, and then we do 3 times 4 is 12, 12 plus 20 is 32. So you can see that both of these expressions are the same, and this is the way in which we use a table. So one way that you can determine if expressions are equivalent is by using a table. Another way is to look at the distributive property, and you can do this both ways. You can say 4p plus 20, and you realize, well, wait a minute. So I have 4 over here. If I divide this by 4, can I divide 20 by 4? 20 divided by 4 equals 5. So yeah, so what I could do is just pull the 4 out, times p plus 5. Or you could also look at it from the other perspective of you start with the 4p plus 5 and you distribute it. 4 times p is 4p, and 4 times 5 is 20. So 4p plus 20, you can see that both of these expressions are equivalent. So these are two ways. And then in class we're going to practice using a graphing calculator, so you're really looking at 3 ways that you can come back and answer, how can I determine if two expressions are equivalent? We talked about the distributive property again, and we also talked about using a table.